right, here we are once again. It is on as we always say.
Back the incredible
Yeah, we are funking around with
round with
PTFI,
PTFI and David
David
Chaos.
Chaos. That's right, y'all. Doing it to you in stereo now. What's
Yep,
going down, brother K? What's happening? Oh, I'm pointing the wrong direction.
that's
Oh,
it.
okay, there you go. Now,
You
what's
got
going
it,
on, brother
man.
K? Talk to me, man. What's
You
up?
got it. Today I think we're gonna get into a classic,
The
uh,
classic? Okay.
classic
They all classic to me,
Parliament
man.
album.
Man, come
Well,
on.
yeah, but I
What
mean,
are you talking about, man?
this
Classic.
is kind of like the start of the classic. So,
But is it? Is it really a start? Or is it a
well,
reboot? I mean, see, what we about to talk about, y'all, is something where, you know, this is after we found out that Parliament was Funkadelic for me, and I had to go
right,
back in time to figure it all out. So yes, this
exactly.
was a focal point start. What are we talking about, brother?
Yeah, so y'all gotta remember that we coming from the aspect of we we had to go back and find the stuff before when we started, even though we
Way
grew up,
back.
heard some of the old stuff and but and but for those of you who were, OGs in funk game, y'all saw
They
the
already knew.
transition.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, some they saw the transition from the doo wop to the psychedelic to
But
the
guess what,
P
brother?
funk that we
But
got
guess
into.
what?
So,
We are the OGs now, believe it or not. I know it don't feel like it sometimes, but
well, it's some older than us still out
I
there,
understand.
funkhead
Oh,
that
see,
come
oh
from this era.
man,
You
that
know,
ain't the album we doing.
no, I know, but I'm just saying,
Oh, you
they were
killing me.
this at first.
Oh,
They was doo wopping. So what
the
we coming the
parliaments.
album we gonna review today
Yeah, come on,
is
bring it.
the beginning, the beginning of
Oh,
when they dropped the S and they became Parliament.
parliament without the S. And see now,
Yeah.
and see, I got to reach over my shoulder because this is the only Parliament album other than Glory Hella Stupid that made it across the water. So hold on a minute.
So
I
this
don't.
is the first Parliament album.
There you go.
See, my
Oh.
man got the picture disc. See,
Oh man, see,
yeah.
there we go.
See,
There we
got
go.
me on that one.
Oh, I ain't trying to get you, man. You usually have.
I'm just saying, I
Come
ain't
on,
saying it
man.
like that. I'm just saying you got me. I wasn't ready for that.
Man, this is.
So,
I was surprised when I opened the bin up and I saw George jumping. I saw this side first. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it made it. I was like, oh
yeah.
yeah, okay. Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, and this was like,
Yeah, it's a
I
lot
don't know
going
if you
on
can
right there.
see. Yeah, it's a lot. They
It's a
near a
lot going
waterfall
on.
somewhere. It's rumored that this picture was taken somewhere like in Canada somewhere, because I know this was they was
Across the
they
border,
was
huh?
doing it, they was up in Toronto for a lot, but it could be
Oh.
somewhere, in the States.
All right,
However,
so what's the name of this
this
album,
album,
man? What's the
oh, but just hold on. Is it name of
okay?
the album? I said it's Osmium,
Oh, I missed that. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention.
Osmium, Osmium, which is an element. It's a heavy
Mm,
metal
okay,
element. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But what I want to say though,
go ahead, man.
you can see the cover. Uh, and there's the CD version. Maybe that can zoom in on it. It's
Mm,
still kind of fuzzy.
yeah, no, I
But
saw
if
it,
you
but
look
it
at
looks a
all the
little different.
members,
Yeah, it looks a little different.
yeah,
But go ahead.
all the members are dressed in, one's a Native American chief, another's a clown. You got a brother where over here. He's in jail
That
without
got
any bail.
got the stripes, like
Yeah,
he
he
gonna
is, I
escape
guess,
from the
Sing
chain
Sing.
gang or something.
And
Come on,
then you
man.
got brother Ray Davis down here, rest in peace. I believe that's Fuzzy down here. But they're all in different outfits, and I think this might be Tiki. He's got some kind of hat on. Basically, this picture kind of mimics, well, I would say a group that came on and became a disco sensation kind of bit
Uh-oh,
after
no,
that.
you're
That would
not.
be the
Wait,
Village
wait,
People.
wait.
But this would
Who?
be the original
Wait a minute. Hold on. Slow down, man. Wait a minute.
inspiration for the Village People. That I've heard that being
Man,
said.
wait a minute. I did not know you was gonna go there with that, man.
I
It's too
mean,
early for me to be cracking up. We ain't even really got started, man. And you talking about
saying,
the
they had they in different costumes, and then you know how when the Village People first came, everybody had on a different, you know, one was a construction worker, one was a Native American, one was a policeman, and one was something. Everybody was something in the working, working class. So I'm just saying this is said to be an early inspiration for that because everyone had different you know get ups on that represented society at the time. So,
ouch. Okay, man.
so
You know, you know how sometimes when someone can hit a home run after the first pitch of a baseball game, that's what you just did right there, dude. You just hit that one out the park, man. Come on, man. God dang. I did not hear that
I didn't
ever.
come up with that. Somebody else had said that to me,
O-
and I was like, "Oh,
Okay, it sticks.
I think you on to something here." I never thought. I didn't. You right. I guess so.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
All
I
right. So,
digress.
no, don't digress. Stay right there. Don't change nothing, man. Because this album came out. It was released in July of 1970. Now, right?
Right.
Okay. So we had kind of got on board back in 75, 74, 75, 76. During the that was the our humble big or that was the humble beginnings for most of us getting into the P. But
Right. Right.
but man, this was what was happening prior to that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
man.
and and this album to me, it kind of sound more like it could have been a Funkadelic
Oh,
album than a Parliament album. But
man, come on. Uh-oh. Let me see.
but
I'm getting choppy over
and
here.
we go
There we go.
and let's get into this kind of early because it has some reissues, and this one is called Rhenium, which is the
Yeah.
same. It's another heavy metal,
Mm.
but I don't think it's as strong as osmium. I know you guys that's in the molecules and all that. Y'all know that answer to that, but
Well,
um
I
and
want I want
and
to read down some of those numbers when you're ready. So we go ahead because I did my
oh,
research.
you got the elemental
Well,
breakdown of osmium.
for the properties of osmium, y'all, which is the name of this album, and it makes sense. Get this, the atomic number is 76. The atomic mass is 190.2. Right.
Mm,
So uh
intense.
the melting point, in order for this is how hardcore this metal is. To melt it, you would have to get to 5,491 Fahrenheit to melt it.
Wow.
So it's up there, and it's what really was kind of, is cool. It's up there in platinum status. So, the
Cool.
whole thing of platinum is getting to the point of making it a very, very hard material metal.
So what is the makeup of rhenium then?
Oh, I don't have that information, brother. I'm just sticking
Okay.
to first things, if you will, osmium.
Okay.
So, rhenium,
All
we'll
right.
get back
Yeah.
to you on that. All right.
And
So,
the difference in that is the rhenium reissue had they kind of changed the song, you know, they added I think they put some B-sides from 45s on there instead of they may let take one song off of the original album and put a B-side on there. So that was kind of confusing. I don't know why
right.
they just didn't. So it's like
All right. So I did some quick.
11 songs.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11.
Oh, one extra
It's
one in.
it's it's 10 songs on the original album, but
Right.
on this reissue of the original album, they added an extra track. which was a 45
Man,
called "Coming Out of the Rain." But
it gets
now I
even
know you
more
know that lyric
confusing.
from
Yeah,
"Do This." Where did "Coming Out of the
gaming
Rain"?
on you.
Keep waiting on the change.
Yep,
Ain't got sense of coming out of the
gaming
rain.
on you.
This
Yep,
was the lyric to "Come In Out of the Rain."
yep.
So and then on the Rhenium reissue, it has 11 songs.
See, I
And
told you I
there's
was
in
gonna
a
get
different
confusing.
sequence, and then so
Told y'all.
that's some marketing mojo for y'all.
Right.
But let's get into the first track,
Okay, hold on before you see
the original.
you gave me some homework, so I went and looked up rhenium, right? So
Okay.
remember, osmium, the atomic number was 76.
Hmm.
The atomic number for this is 75.
Okay, so it's
I-
not as strong.
I- that's ain't that a trip? I mean,
What was the melt? What was the other number you had?
the melting point is I don't see it. It ain't giving it to me. Hold on a second. Now you got me over here scrambling live on TV. Down, 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 down.
Dude.
Um, yeah. See, I don't see the melting point on here. All right, we'll get back to that, man. I'll
Yeah,
see what I
we'll
can
come
do.
back to that.
Yeah, because I don't want to waste
So
time. We got people in valuable time, and we want to make sure you get everything we
yeah,
can give you. So
and so that you can keep getting everything that hit that like and subscribe button, and and once you do that, go on and hit the share button to share the show.
that's true.
Likewise.
And if you
So
really need to know the melting point, it's 5,759 Fahrenheit. Is that higher
for,
than?
I don't know. You didn't
I,
have the
I,
other one up there.
no, man. I'm bouncing around, man. Come on.
Okay.
Got me up here
Yeah,
dancing live.
my
Okay.
memory
All
bank
right.
ain't like it
All
used
right.
to
So
be.
remember
So
5759. Remember that. So here we go. We're going to go back for all of us who our memory bank.
5759, that's for rhenium.
Right. And then for this one is, oh, wow, 5491. So
So rhenium takes a
a
little
little,
more heat to melt down. Okay, well,
mm,
that's probably because they added some little extra something on there. But anyway,
they added some more
yeah,
funkadelic style to it. It said, okay,
right,
it's gonna be harder to melt this one away, y'all. It ain't gonna melt.
right.
All right,
And
okay,
so
okay.
we gonna get into once we start talking about the songs, we're gonna get into what we discovered as we when we finally went back to this and started hearing these songs. You would hear the beginnings of songs that were later out there that you grew to love, but had no idea they was on here unless you was one of those OGs from back in the day that already
Right,
knew from
right.
the doo-wop days and followed Parliament
Yeah.
from their beginnings up to when y'all said, okay, they doing too much
Yeah,
or
all of this
whatever.
is
So
pre-mothership days that we talking about
yeah,
right now, y'all. So it's another
and I
whole
want to
take
give a
on it.
special and I want to give a special shout out to Last Will,
Yeah.
uh, uh, who's on KALX radio in
Mm,
Berkeley, for hipping me on to this album, the Parliament's first album. Because at the time, we was all going back looking and finally got all the old albums and on the list. The last album nobody can find was this one here,
yeah,
Osmium.
that's a
And
tough
Last
cookie.
Will was the only one that had it and said, "Oh, I got that album."
Oh man,
and
yeah,
and and I was tripping that he was giving me a copy of Up for the Downstroke full album because I hadn't gotten that yet, but that was next on my list. And
he
so
hooked
he
you up.
supplied me with
Oh,
a cassette copy of that, which was cool. And I was like, okay, so when I finally found that, I rushed and bought that. But to never find Osmium, and I thank Last Will for flipping me onto that one and giving me a copy of that one.
yeah, and you know what I'm
So
gonna say, man. Hey, last will, where you at, man? Come on, we
yeah, yeah, we
let's
got to
do.
get you on here,
There
man.
you go. That's how we roll. So anyway,
Yeah.
y'all. Anyway,
So we gonna go with the first song,
let's
and
dive in, y'all, to the first Parliament album.
since this is a reissue, I hope these were in the right sequence from the real original.
Well, I got it right here. I will fact check as we go along. How about that?
Okay.
So
And
that
I will too, sir.
okay.
So
So
the
number one,
first track we got on here is I Call My Baby Pussycat. I spell it.
I spell it.
No, it's good.
Wait,
I'm not gonna
okay,
say it.
no, I will. So look, and they would spell it with the letters, but since this was still 1970, they would say CAT, right? They would say, I
Yeah.
call my
You'll say the
baby.
P-U
Yeah, they would say they would do the
and they say
PU
cat.
and then CAT.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because they
They
couldn't
say,
just do it by itself.
don't throw tomatoes at me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that was I
yeah,
Call My Baby Pussycat. And there's the two things that hit me when I
right.
put the needle
Needle
on the
to the
groove.
groove.
Is
Same here, brother. I was like, what is
first
going
thing,
on?
the first thing by the title was from America East is Young.
Right.
It was this is the original version of the America Eats is Young version, which was just simply titled,
Right, right. It didn't have the cat at the end. That's all.
yeah,
Right. It
right.
was that without the
I don't
cat.
want
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
say that word for
Right.
some of y'all that don't want to hear that, but um, and it was the America Eats is Young version was slow,
No,
funky, funk
yeah, that's another whole album right there, boy. They
with horns, which
oh,
should have been on a Parliament album.
there you
But
go.
anyway,
Come on. All
uh,
right.
so then once the needle the song comes on.
Let's talk about that. I
I said, that's hardcore jollies.
mean, lick for lick. I was like, wait a
Right.
minute. What is going on here? And it keeps wait a
I was
minute. It
like,
wasn't
man,
just a
that's
quick.
hardcore jollies.
It wasn't just a teaser too. They did it for about a half a minute, man. I'm like,
Yeah. It's like the intro.
and so that really messed me up because once again, we're in the time machine. Time machine. We
Right.
really going back
We
now.
going back. We had no idea that that was first, that they had already did that
But
first.
let's talk about the mix on that dance. So after 30 seconds, 35 seconds or so, it stops.
Boom, boom, sound like some fuzz on the bass.
Wait, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, man. Hold on. You know what that sounded like to me when it first started? Wait a minute. No, the very beginning when they broke it. I said,
You hear the crowd cheer, they
I hear
whistling.
Carl cheering, whistling. It sounded like remember the cartoon Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. It broke off into something like that, man. I was toe up. I was like, wait a minute. It just went from hardcore jollies to okay. But
Yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
digress. I digress.
And
Cause
they call my baby Pussycat. I
you
spell it P-U-S.
I CAT.
I don't think I
Uh,
heard that part, but yeah,
you didn't hear that part? Wait, I'm
but
play
it
it in the
was,
background. Hold on. You keep
but
on
it was
doing it.
just,
Okay. You didn't hear him say CAT?
it was an ear opening experience, and it was like, man, I wish I would have. Now I don't remember. I do remember hearing Testify, and some of the other doo-wop Parliament songs back then, but didn't know it. And again, some of the older Funkadelic songs that I didn't know it was them and didn't
Right.
put it together till I got in the eighth grade. But to hear this one, and they come with with which they reintroduced into the title track, the Hardcore Jollies. That blew me away. That blew. I had to listen to it again.
But what happened
I
to
could.
the groove then? You see, it's almost like a difference. It is a different song. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go
Right.
down.
Yeah, it is.
So I wonder what happened. What why?
To the dun, dun,
No no
dun,
no 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 no. What I'm
dun,
saying is why started just
dun.
for hold on. Why started for just 35 seconds
You know
and then
what?
go into this other whole thing? You
I
know,
think it's because as a band, when you have these grooves that you play, and then you kind of don't know where you want to put them, and then you save them for later, or blah blah blah, or like maybe that you've been doing live shows so long before you put an album out. It could have been something like, let's just start off with that thing we
I
do all the time,
understand. And I get it.
So I don't know. The
And
answer is I don't know, Phil. I couldn't tell you why.
so and I'm
Why?
say before I forget, y'all, if you have access to streams or albums, whatever, put this on in the background because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm checking it out because my brother said he didn't hear him saying the CAT part, so I want to see if I can hear it. So it's playing, but we for
Okay.
copyright reasons we can't play it for y'all out there. So just put
Right.
it on,
Yeah.
put your headphones on, and check it out. Um, yeah, it's who who's on the lineup because now this is the first. It sounds like this sounds like Funkadelic, man.
It is Funkadelic is the band,
I understand.
and
Oh,
Are the singers.
okay.
See, this is
CUSF.
before, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, okay. Tone.
when they
They
was the parliaments.
they do say CAT, brother. I hear it in my
Okay,
left ear.
okay.
It's
I
right there.
trust you. All right. I get it. I get it. Got you.
They do say CAT.
Okay, I
Don't
got you.
doubt me again.
They had to back then. So okay.
They had to say that. Okay.
So yeah.
Oh man.
So the band on here and like I said, Parliament was the singers, Funkadelic was the band.
Yeah.
That's why it sounds like Funkadelic.
Yeah.
And this could have been when the controversy started with, okay, we got Parliament album out, or maybe that started before the S got dropped, where we got to change the name for a minute,
So,
and then
yeah.
eventually we get it. We just gonna
But let's
drop
let
the S. But
we're in the
anyway,
time machine. It's
right?
1970. Was this the same year that the first Funkadelic album came out?
About yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't that come out in '69?
I thought it well, I thought it was 70. So I could be wrong.
Okay.
We could check and see, but it's awfully close. If it's not
Okay.
70, it's awfully close.
Okay.
I can do
So
a quick check while you dig into your goodie bag over there. I see you digging.
yeah, I'm checking.
Oh, you
Uh,
checking. Okay, so I'll
yeah, I'm
keep it
checking.
rolling. I'll keep it rolling.
So let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to
So
ask you to get into the players on this track, but you
okay. Oh, well, I
multitasking
got it
over
here.
there. Okay.
The first Funkadelic album, according to this source, February 24th, 1970
So this so Funk Behold, I Am Funkadelic was before the
was
first
first.
Parliament. Mm.
Okay, so then that would explain that while they were the parliaments with the
Still,
S,
yeah, still, yeah.
uh, the 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 thing going on with Revelot Records
Mm.
and on having ownership or custody, I would say, of the name the parliaments.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, they couldn't record somewhere else under that name, the Parliament. So, okay, well, let's just concentrate. Let's use the band name Funkadelic. So that first album comes out as Funkadelic. Then, when
Gotcha.
they regain control over the name Parliament, they take the S off and come with the first Parliament album. Now
1970
you,
was
now you,
a major turning point for the gang, the mob, if you will. It was
right.
they
So
they were
you P
yeah
Funk historians that know all of that, hit us in the comments about the truth part of that.
yeah
Don't just make something up. Put the real thing in there. But
1970 y'all 70.
so we looking at uh on the vocals, you got Calvin Simon, Fuzzy Haskins, Ray Davis, George Clinton, and Grady Thomas, which
Mm.
again makes up Parliaments, the vocals.
Uh-huh.
And you got Tiki Fullwood on drums, Billy Bass Nelson
Hey
on
Billy.
bass,
Yeah.
Eddie Hazel and Tall Ross on
Oh.
guitar, and Bernie Worrell keyboards.
Already, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh.
So, yeah, because when you get into the Funkadelic album, you start getting a mixture of Motown session
Folks, yeah,
artists on
showing up.
that album.
Yeah, yeah,
So
okay.
this is the Funkadelic playing on this album.
That's what it sounds like right there, and
And
it sounds like it.
yeah, I know I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna say it now. They were also the backup band for Ruth Copeland, who was an artist that George Clinton wrote with. She had two albums out under her name. Funkadelic was her backing band.
Yeah, she did
And they
some
did a
writing
tour
on this album
with
too.
Sly and the
Yeah,
Family Stone.
yeah.
And for some reason they got put off the tour. We ain't gonna get into that because we love Sly. Rest in
Hey,
peace.
Sly, yo, Sly. Yeah.
So
All right.
anyway, this is I call my baby Pussycat.
All right.
And this is a whole totally different like and I heard the the American East is Young version before I heard this version
Okay,
because
same here,
I
man.
had
I hadn't
found
went
that
that far back
before.
yet.
Right. And I
I
had
hadn't.
no idea about this. So
Right.
so
Hey,
I'm so as I'm listening to this, I'm trying to figure how did you get go from this to that?
you
You
want to
know,
hear something funny, man? And I always bring this up that Don Kirshner's rock concert thing. I'll keep bringing
right.
the part that got bleeped for about 10 minutes. They was singing, trying to sing "I Call My Baby" that over and over again, and it kept getting bleeped. I'm like,
Kept believing
why are y'all doing? Okay. Anyway, just
okay.
opening track. I call my baby Pussycat. There you go. All right, man.
Yeah. So
Let's
yeah,
move.
it takes you on a ride.
Yeah, let's move on
And
into.
so
Oh,
this was
oh, what you got?
this was like some almost like some psychedelic rock.
Almost.
You know, it's just yeah.
Oh, it was. Come on, man.
So this is one of the reasons why I think the name of the album was named after a heavy metal element because
Mhm.
they was doing heavy metal music, you know.
Man, it's a
Sorry.
just the whole concept of it being called that is deep within itself. And I would
Yeah,
love to ask George why name it that. I mean, we can assume, yeah, it's heavy metal, it's
yeah,
heavy this, it's it's a hard, but man, that's pretty deep, man, to
yeah.
name your
That
album
would be
that.
a good question to ask him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the next one, right?
Yeah, let's slide on into track number two. What's the name of this track, brother?
The next track is called "Put Love in Your Life."
Okay.
Now, this song, this is one of my
Don't say it's one of your favorites.
not this one.
Okay. All right.
I
All
mean,
right.
I like the song though,
Okay.
and there's a part where they when they go to the Motown, tattoo, tattoo, tattoo. Somebody come in off key, then they change to the right key, right? So it's like they was recording this live in the studio.
Man, most of this stuff was
So,
recorded live. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
I know, but I'm just
Come
saying,
on.
you know, it's just like,
Hey,
you know,
hey, man. Hey, are we gonna talk about skippables on this or just since it's back in 1970,
I
we
mean, if
just
it was skippable for you, it wasn't skippable for
Oh,
me.
okay. See, there
But
you go. There you go. See,
because I
that's
was trying to internalize,
he's trying
you
to
know, like this is the same group that did Chocolate City, Mothership Connection, and Dr. Funkenstein, and it's the same name and all that. So I'm trying to listen. But since I recognize hardcore jollies out of that
that
intro
intro. I was like,
of that,
I
I'm
got
like,
it.
well,
Mm,
what's in the next song that then
yeah.
came later that I know that I didn't know was first in here. So,
So
you
what
know,
did this morph into anything else though? I don't think
this
so.
song morphed into this, yeah, this morphed into something.
Oh,
This is a tripped out song.
okay.
So I
I
would
mean,
say this song is almost uh kind of like a heavy metal gospel song.
I'm glad you brought up gospel because it's more than one instance on this album where they are going to church,
Exactly.
literally going
Exactly.
to church, not kind of just getting there, in the style of, but
Yeah, it's
they go there.
they're they're letting you know where the funk came from.
Hmm.
Came out the church.
Hmm. And the
So,
country.
I mean, but I'm just saying that was
And the
what
country, man.
what
Ooh.
our country folk did, man. They was like this with the spirit, with
Yeah.
you know, with the Lord, man. You know,
Bringing it together,
our
man.
Savior, with whatever religious leanings they had, they were like this with it, you know. So, and that's blues, gospel, rock and roll, whatever. It's all in there. So, you know.
Okay. And I
So
agree.
yeah,
I agree 1,000,000% on that. And I'm gonna say, for some of us though, when we listening to stuff, we get stuck into, oh, where's the hardcore jolly stuff? Where's the where's the mothership connection stuff? Where's the chocolate city
right,
stuff? And
right,
at that time may have been skippable. That's what I meant by that. Not just now I can listen to the whole
yeah,
thing from
yeah,
beginning to end like I just did yesterday. I mean,
right,
I
yeah.
get that, but at that it all depends on how you really
That first
looking.
listen,
Yeah,
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 it was
that
kind
that
of like,
first
wait,
listen, like I was like, wait, where are they going with this? Oh,
hold
okay.
on, I'll come back to that. Dang,
I,
you said
wait a minute. Wait a minute. And then we ain't got to it yet, but I'm just saying. But for this one, definitely touching in on the gospel spirit of things, man.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, if you were old enough at the time to know Parliament from the beginnings,
Hmm.
it's not a shock or surprise to you. But if you were like us
Like
going
us,
back
it was a yeah.
and hearing some of growing up listening to the updated versions of what we had no idea was already done in different styles, type genre, type of music. Yeah, it was an experience. Like, oh man,
So with that being said, we're gonna go over the players, but to go from I call my baby Pussycat to put some love in in your life,
put
with
love
a
in your
gospel,
life.
yeah, to do that, to put love in your life, it's like we kind of we're swinging from Parliament to Funkadelic. We're giving you two sides of a coin almost. It's like, okay, I'm calling it this, and but then let me put some love in your life. At the same time, I keep saying some,
Mhm.
but it put love in your life.
Yeah, so already he got his baby that he called Pussycat. And now he telling, I'm gonna put some love in your life.
Put love, no some love.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying, if you want to,
So who we got getting down on this track, man? Is it the same folks, or do we have a different
pretty much,
group of
yeah.
folk?
There's some
Okay.
added some extra people. We
Hmm.
got George, George Clinton, Ray Davis, and Fuzzy Haskins on
Oh,
lead vocals.
that part remains
You
the
got
same and strong. Okay, got you.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got backup Calvin Simon, Grady Thomas. Here's that name again. Ruth Copeland,
Mm.
Pat Lewis, Diane Lewis, and Rose Williams.
Wow. Okay.
Now, some of you now I'm come off the head, but I'm gonna fact check myself on
Okay.
this.
Okay. And then I need to say something too about
I
what you
say
just said.
three of them, Pat Lewis, Diane Lewis, and Rose Williams, I believe they were uh Isaac Hayes' backup singers, Hot Buttered and Soul. But I'm gonna fact check myself on that. I'm gonna look
Okay.
that up
All right. Look, you
because
look
I
that up.
know Pat Lewis uh was that's Trey Lewis mom.
Well, let me. Okay. So under writers, I see George Clinton and Vivian Lewis. What did you
Yeah,
mention? A Vivian or Pat?
Pat.
Hmm. All right. Well.
And see now
Hmm.
that may have been because I believe there's a relative within the new generation of P Funk, and she goes by the name of Patavian Lewis, and that kind of sounds like a mixture of Pat and Vivian.
Sure does.
So maybe it was Pat Vivian Lewis. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Any
looking
of
at
you P
writers'
Funk
credits. Yeah.
historians out there, chime in the comments about that.
Man,
you know,
right on.
because so there's a lot going. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of there's a lot of history in this band here and the names. And a lot of the names don't really get, the mention or the due. So that's what we're here for.
All right,
We Funketeers, we recognize the whole any like we said in the previous episode, anybody's name that was on any P Funk album, we was like,
it was
remember them names, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Everybody's name meant something to the whole thing and to us.
All right.
We wasn't the average listener, like, oh yeah, I just want to do it. Nah.
Well, no, we
I'm
got it.
reading names, I want to
We
know
got in
what they
between the
did, who
cracks
they
of the
are,
tracks.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, before we move off this track, Danny from his book, the authorized P Funk song reference, he uh he mentions a particular song that you, David Chaos, had a lot to do
Wow.
with. And he compared that song with the one that we're talking about, Put Love in Your Life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, kind of. And I was like, wait a minute. No, the Mixmaster Suite, that's that's you. Wait a minute, man.
Well, it
Well,
wasn't
what?
just me, but
Well, oh, man, you so humble.
no, because a lot of people got involved with that. You had Deborah Barcia, you had Ed Johnson, you had Amp Fiddler,
Man,
Maceo.
okay. Well,
So,
I got
but
involved
I
with it
get
too
what
when you
I
would
think
mix it down at Record Factory and I would be hearing you do your thing. All I'm saying is, come on, man. That's
it got to it started it off, put it that way.
okay. And so that's all I'm saying. And it's
That
so
was
nice
the
and it was very nice of Danny to mention that particular song. He
Yeah,
could have
I
mentioned,
hadn't realized that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention because
there
I
you
did
go.
not had
Hey,
no idea.
hey, if I know about, we ain't supposed to be doing no advertising, so I'm just gonna show, yeah. Get it,
Yeah.
y'all. Get it. You might find
Okay.
out something that you didn't know. And even if you may, some of y'all might even be in here and don't know it.
Yeah.
You may have a little special stuff, something that
Okay. See
associated with
now,
something.
now I'm fact checking myself again.
Okay,
So
go ahead, man.
here's uh what I'm gonna do the short version.
All right.
Yeah, hot buttered and soul were uh became Isaac Hayes' background singers,
Okay.
and Pat and Diane Lewis were sisters.
Okay.
So they were now I'm looking for Rose Williams. I strongly believe she was the third one in Hot Buttered and Soul.
Okay.
Uh Again, I'm still looking.
Mm.
I'm still doing my thing. We ain't editing here, so
Yeah, we're
so
trying to keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, man.
uh okay, but I do see as members it was Barbara McCoy, Diane Evans, Diane Lewis, Pat Lewis, and Rose Williams. So
Okay.
there I was okay,
There you
out of
go.
memory. That was out my memory bank. I remember that was, and another duty for y'all is eventually Thelma Hopkins, who sang with Tony Orlando and Dawn, used to sing background with
Yeah.
Parliament and Funkadelic. So
It's a
that's what I'm
lot of
saying. There's a
ties to
lot of
some
history with this
individuals
band.
that y'all may never
Yeah,
thought was associated with this thing.
exactly.
But here we are.
So yeah, so when you listen to that Isaac Hayes album, Hot Buttered Soul, that's
Is that the one where you got
his
the ball,
background singer.
where you got the ball head in this next
Yeah.
okay, yeah, see, there you go. Oh
When I
yeah.
was little, I just thought that was an orange because you could see the pores. I kind of thought it was an orange. My mother explained to me, "That's his head, Tony." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Come on,
Wow, they
man.
all up in the, into his follicles."
Oh man. Okay. All right.
so
All right. Hold on.
so
Hold
yeah.
on.
Anyway, so
Toe.
Yeah, yeah.
They're really back
So,
here, man. Come
yeah,
on,
we
man.
talking about Osmium, man.
Yeah.
You know, put love in your life.
All right.
So
So
yeah, that
yeah,
that has some deep arrangements in there.
and that's what. Speaking of arrangements, yeah, like I said, y'all put it on in the background. It goes
Yeah,
from one arrangement to the next, and I believe that's what Danny was talking about when he said Mixmaster Suite, because it goes through
yeah.
many different arrangements. Okay.
And we got Tiki Fullwood on drums,
Oh
Billy
yeah.
Bass Nelson on bass,
Mm.
Eddie Hazel, and Ray Monet. Now
Oh,
that
who?
name, Ray Monet, he played with Rare Earth, guitar player with
Oh,
Rare Earth.
all
So
right,
yeah. Then on
man.
organ was Bernie Worrell.
Okay.
So yeah, Ray Monet was one of the Motown cats that played on the Funkadelic album, the first
Mm.
Funkadelic album.
We'll
So
get to that one, y'all. Don't
we'll
worry.
get into that one too. So yeah, so
All
yeah.
right, man. There's a lot
All
going
right, so
on
we're
that.
gonna move on from
This,
that.
yeah. And now this one messed me up when it first came on because I had heard it in a different whole
In a sample.
genre. Heard it in a total different dimension of time and space. And I was like, ah, that's where they got that from. What's the name of this track,
Yeah.
brother?
Little old country boy.
I'm starting it up in the
I'm a little
background.
old country boy. Just young and innocent.
Man, no,
Countryfied. Man, this is some country.
uh, uh,
This is country music
wait a minute.
from the black perspective.
Wait, and what's that thing that goes?
And I heard there's two different names. One is a juice harp and another one is a Jews harp.
Juice harp.
But
Yeah.
it's yeah, some like a yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dang,
It
yeah.
it messed me up because De La Soul took
Oh,
that and just ran with that beginning, man. And it because I was like, for potholes in my lawn, I thought they had got creative and did some stuff. And I
right,
don't mean they did get creative because they sampled it. Okay, but let me check myself. I don't. I thought they had did that sound themselves. I didn't
right.
know
With
that
the
that. Yeah, I thought they had got there and said.
right, right.
But man, when this song came on, I was like, oh, I see where y'all got y'all funk from.
And that's another one where Last Will had told me that.
Mm.
You know where he got that from, right? And I'm like, nah. He said, "It's a little old country boy. It's on that album I'm
On,
telling you about."
on that first Parliament
Okay, all
album,
right,
man.
all right. See what I'm saying. Thank you, Will. Last Will. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna even say thanks De La Soul because man, at that time, that's making people go back and see where they get the funk from, man.
exactly. And that's what I loved about De La Soul, uh, catching that sample because you everybody's doing the hits, man.
That's
Everybody
right.
doing Atomic Dog and Knee Deep and
Right, right.
everybody doing the same one
That's
that
right.
somebody else did it and made a hit. So that De La went back and said, "Ah, ain't nobody
Ain't
using this
nobody messing with
one."
this right here. Hey,
So that
guarantee it.
they get a 1 out of 10. They get a what was 10 is best
Yeah,
score.
10 best
They get
score.
10 for that
Yeah, they get a 10.
coming out with
Yeah,
that one. Like
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
and
that was leaps and bounds in sampling. Took sampling to another level.
but now where did they get that down from? I was kind of like, oh, but the down that I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So
that
yeah,
that was yeah. So that song was a trip, and you got Fuzzy talking about
gosh,
telling a story about what
man, they done went all the way left field on this one, man. Once because you think it
man.
might go someplace else, and they just stay there in the country
I
zone.
mean, they yodeling, yo lady, hoo, hoo, hoo. I mean, come on, man.
Man.
They country, man. I'm like, man, look,
Okay,
Plainfield, New Jersey, man.
but that's what I'm saying. But
And
it
that
was a trip. I get it, but man, what were they? Man, we done went from calling my baby Pussycat to put love in your life, and now I'm just a little old country boy.
But Phil, you gotta understand, man. That was that was the coming out of the '60s, man.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
was like
yeah.
they was
Okay,
like playing the music that their parents grew up on.
man.
So you got gospel, you got country,
Yeah,
you got
yeah. They hitting you hard with the
porch
country right
music,
here. Yeah,
the
porch.
Delta blue, all you
Yeah,
got all,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because that's what we did. You sat on the porch playing that
But
guitar, whether it was
yeah,
a banjo
a
or
banjo. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and and the harmonica and the juice harp. And the thing I like about this is also is that I didn't know, thanks to Danny's book, that I had wondered who did that. And I said,
Oh,
but I
oh, it
know
says.
that there was James
Oh,
Wesley Jackson
oh.
from, you know, the
What did he?
later from
What?
77 and on up.
What did he used to
But
call himself?
he's credited as playing that juice harp thing.
What?
Yes.
Dude,
So I'm going like,
what did he
man, he
call
was
himself? The theologian? No, not theologian. He used to call himself
environmentalist,
the
the
environmental.
enviromedian.
Man, yeah.
He was an environmental comedian.
He would
So he
come out
called
there and
himself
crack jokes
environment.
before the funk would hit the stage, man. That was cool, man. People, I don't know if y'all had a chance to catch him, but that cat, man, I don't know.
I
It
mean, he
was
would just say like the simplest stuff. Let those who ain't here have thoughts of not getting any. he would, he would, yeah. He was
oh
a trip.
man.
He'd open up a lot of
Yeah,
their shows
right.
to a comedy. Man.
But I didn't know
He was the one,
man, he played
and we first caught wind of him at the Funk Festival
mm-hmm.
when he was the
Yeah.
voice of the skull
Oh, the skull. Yeah.
at the
Yeah,
joint.
getting it,
Yeah.
taking the toke. Yeah. I bet. So he was down, man, he was actually part of the band. I didn't, man, he had been around for a
Yeah.
minute
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
He's
cool.
put some albums out too.
That's
So
cool, man. That is cool. Who
yeah,
else is playing on there? You said other than he was playing the juice harp.
the Juice Heart, yeah. But they don't know who played the fiddle.
Oh, that's what. See, I thought I saw something saying unknown when I was reading it. There.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
But
the
it's
fiddle.
Fuzzy on lead vocals, I told
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Fuzzy was going for his on it.
George Clinton, Grady Thomas, Calvin Simon, and Ruth Copeland again
Oh, yeah.
on background vocals. And again, you got Tiki Fulwood on drums, Tall Ross acoustic guitar, Paul Franklin steel guitar, James Wesley Jackson juice harp, keyboards, Bernie Worrell. Now, for those of you that don't know what a steel guitar is, it's also known as a lap steel guitar. It's a guitar that
You
sits
play
on
it
your
in your
lap
lap
and
and you
they
play
play
it
it
like
like here, and
right.
it's that country guitar. Well, that slide. It's like a slide
It's a
guitar,
slide guitar, but
lap
laying in your
steel.
lap and you picking
Yeah,
it like a banjo almost. So
yeah.
it's yeah, yeah.
And what's that dude? Robert
Yeah, I
Randolph.
was just about to say that
Eh,
he's got that
Yeah,
down to a
he got yeah.
he got distortion hooked up to it, pedals, and be doing his thing on it,
Yeah,
man.
another one. Alvino Ray. He did it.
Mm.
He was kind of like the guy that had the like the talk box sound also. So yeah,
Oh man, he was
yeah,
doing things.
y'all look up them lap steel guitar players. But
Right.
anyway,
Yeah, let's keep it
so
moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was yeah that. So
Hey, before we
uh
move on, I'm sorry, I just saw something. The only credited writer on this song of all songs is Ruth Copeland.
yeah, 'cause she wrote that.
But man, but George got his name on almost 90% of the tracks. I'm saying for this one, she's the
Yeah,
only writer.
I keep telling you, I said he used to write with her, and now she
Okay.
wrote a lot of songs that they did.
I didn't
And,
want to
and
I don't want to get stuck on it, man. I was just saying for
I know, but
a
that's what I'm
lady to
saying. Y'all
write
gotta go.
a
Y'all
lady to
gotta.
write little old country boy for some brothers.
Okay.
I
I
go.
mean,
I digress. Pull me in, man. Ring
I
me
don't
in,
know.
man. Bring me in.
She kind of did the music and they wrote their own lyrics. I don't know, but all I know is
Um,
she wrote a lot of songs with George, and Funkadelic was her backing band for her two albums. That's why I keep telling y'all go listen to them.
I'm
So,
sorry.
it
I'm
so
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, man. It's just
So so the next we're gonna move on to the next one.
because we'll stay here all night. Come on, keep it
Yeah.
moving, man.
And
Okay.
this is a favorite.
Oh,
This is an all-time favorite for everybody on this one. If
ah,
you don't like this song, you ain't no
y- y-
Funketeer, you ain't no
man,
I listen to Parliament into the funk, you just ain't no music lover. If you
ain't
don't like
that taking care? Oh, you got to say the name of the song first, man.
the name of the song is called Moonshine Heather.
This is one of my favorites on the album. Let me just say that right now, man. This is Funkadelic right here. I know it say Parliament on the label, y'all, but to
Yeah,
me,
but that's Funkadelic.
yeah, this is funk. This right here, this,
That this
woo,
song is the epitome of country funk.
yes, twanging like a mad dog, man. Matter of fact,
Swinging.
let me make sure I got it going on in the background while we talking, cause I'm rolling like that. I'm asking y'all to do it, and at the same time, hit the like and subscribe button, but put the
And
jam
like,
on in the background, y'all, cause
yeah,
it is a true funk jam.
yeah. And if you like George used to say, you better put some protection on your ears when you listen to this one. 'Cause this is some country funk,
They twanging,
blues,
man. They twanging.
twang. Yeah, they taking care of business on this one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. Uh,
Man, this is
it,
funk.
it reminds me of, and let me get it all the way out. It reminds me of the story of Cosmic Slob, what they singing about
Mm,
in Cosmic Slob. You know,
yeah,
it's about a woman trying to take care of business because she has to do what she has to do to make it to survive, right? It ain't because she
right.
wants to do it; it's because she had to do it, right? And then, man, so Cosmic Slop, you know, and we'll get into that one too. They talking about a different kind of thing that you could sell if you had to, right? But we talking about Moonshine Heather taking care of business, y'all.
And just like that song, another Funkadelic song, Trash a Go Go. Your Honor, I didn't do it. You know, I mean, it's like,
Man, oh, dude, you killing me with that. You know,
I mean, I'm
and
just saying,
I'm gonna say
a lot
rest
of
in
songs
peace,
at the
brother
time.
Illenstein, because that was one of his favorite tracks too.
Yeah, that was one of mine too off the album. But I'm just saying, it's like rest in peace, ill.
Yeah,
But I'm
man.
just saying, it's like at that time, that's what our people was going through,
Oh,
man. So
yeah,
that's
right.
that was one of the ways they had to get over the hump.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the system forced people to live like that. So
To stay just above poverty, if even if that's the case, you know, if not in poverty level.
just
So
to exist.
yeah, ain't that taking care of business, man? And
Yeah.
it sounds like he and this I know someone that maybe put something in the comments about this is when they was using the harmonizer and all that. Now, this sounds like the board, like George is talking through the board, the you know when you're doing the talk back button, and then but with the background vocals, it sounds like it's almost being ran through the keyboard or remember the
Yeah,
board that used to spin
the
around
Leslie,
huh,
the Leslie organ speaker.
it sounds like it was
The
coming
Leslie,
through that speaker and something. So I don't know,
yeah,
but that's what it
right.
sounds like to these old ears right here, right?
Yeah, it's that pre vocoder
Everything,
uh
yeah, yeah,
harmonizer
right.
auto tune
Oh
sound.
man, come on.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
just talking about
saying.
sound effects. I got you. Yeah, yeah,
No, but
yeah.
no, I'm just saying auto tune makes you work kind of thing. But yeah, that was yeah, they was doing that back then. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
so yeah, take care of business.
she was making around selling her goods, if you will. All right.
Exactly. And it could be something else,
Mm-hmm.
but it was moonshine.
Yeah.
Everybody a lot of families had the moonshine back then. So, they had the, you know, prohibition and all that. So
Now I see that George was the sole writer on this, and I can definitely see that happening on this one. Who were some of the players on this one, Tom?
let's hope that's right. But yeah, lead vocals George Clinton,
Yeah.
backup vocals Grady Thomas, Calvin Simon, Fuzzy Haskins, and Tall Ross.
Oh, getting some. Go ahead. Okay.
Drums, Tiki Fullwood. Organ, Bernie Worrell. Bass, Billy Bass Nelson.
Mm,
Guitars, Eddie Hazel and Tall Ross. Can you figure out the vocals? Which one was Tall?
nah,
He
I can't. I just know. I just know. That
probably
was
the
one of.
one going like, yeah.
That's. I'm just saying that was one of my favorite ones on that album right there, man.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Yes.
It's a definite banger. And so we're gonna move on
Yeah.
to the next song, which is going into the gospel
Oh,
side.
heavily
Uh,
going into it.
and
What's the name of this one, brother?
this one is called this is the like the Lord's Prayer. Oh Lord, why Lord? Prayer.
Hmm.
So this is written by Phil Trim and Ruth Copeland.
Wow. I haven't heard that
Uh
name Phil Trim before.
yeah. Uh I think he that may be the original author of
Oh, the
the
original
song is
song
like
itself. Right.
yeah, the
Okay.
song I remember hearing a harp version of this,
Mm-hmm.
Ding 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 ding.
Right.
Yeah,
But
so this is like
yeah.
that's some gospel. And uh uh now this is what I knew before the book, before Danny thing, but uh that's Calvin Simon's lead vocals on that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Calvin Cucumber Simon. He did, you know, and it basically it's a gospel song,
No,
basically.
100%. Not no genre bendings and blendings and bendings.
Yeah,
It's a gospel track.
this is a
I
gospel
mean,
song.
even with the background, because I'm listening to it right now, sounds
Complete,
like the choir singing in the background.
complete with a harp with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. So,
Mm.
this was yeah, they went there. Timpanis. Oh, I used to have to play the timpanis in the band too. But yeah, that's true.
Okay, man.
Um, yeah, I'm serious. This is an orchestra behind them on this. It's a gospel.
So,
It's a gospel song.
some ask a question, because I go there. 'Cause, like I said, I was looking for Funkadelic, but now I'm sound like I'm getting the mass choir hitting me right now, right?
No,
Which
I
is
no,
which is
I didn't skip it.
no, no, I
I
wasn't
know
gonna,
you're
I wasn't
glad.
no, I wasn't gonna say skippable. I was gonna say get into the probables. We went from Moonshine Heather. It seems like whenever we say something kind of out there on this side, we bring it back to the church. If
Right.
you notice it, how it went. I
Yeah,
mean, you
you
really look
sin
at the
during
way
the
the
week,
track.
but come back to church on Sunday.
Son,
So there you have it. The duality of man, so to
all
speak.
right. Hey, I hear a lady in the background singing. Who is that?
Oh, that's it's a choir.
Oh, okay.
The Tommy Whitfield singers.
Wow, man.
And then I for a minute because they got that operatic voice. I
Yeah,
was gonna say Jessica Cleave,
same
but
here. That's why I just heard it in my left ear, and I was like, "Wait a minute, is that
she
Jessica?"
wasn't with them at that time.
Okay.
Unless
Um,
she was with the Tommy Whitfield singers, I don't know. I'm gonna look that up and see
oh, there,
Jessica Cleave, the Tommy Whitfield singers.
there you go. All
So
right.
I will. You gonna see me go to off camera if I see that.
Oh man,
I'll fly
man.
through.
I see why our dude Stevie Free likes he's been saying, man, when are y'all gonna do that first album? When are you gonna do that first album? Because he likes it because it's got so
It's
much
all over
different
the place.
versatility. It's all
It's all
literally
over.
all over the place, and he got a lot of gospel ties in him, and he was like that album
He
right
know he
there.
feel it.
Yeah,
He feel it.
yeah. He's gonna be happy when he sees this one. So shout out to our dude Stevie Free out there, man.
Okay, so yeah, that was uh Tommy with Thomas Anthony Whitfield, an American gospel singer. Yep.
What? But not Jessica though, right?
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I looked up singers, but
Mm-hmm. You don't
only
see,
he came.
yeah, they're not showing Jessica on there.
They're not showing anybody else but him.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah,
So
it's it's like it's like it's like Harold
only the
Melvin.
main person got credit back
Wait a
then.
minute.
Everybody
It's like
else
Harold.
background, you lucky
Wait
you
a minute.
got your name
Wait a
on
minute.
something.
Wait a minute. It's like Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes, and you got Teddy Pendergrass doing the lead
Right.
vocal.
And yeah, but it's Harold Melvin Group, so you just a blue note.
You just a
Come on,
blue
man.
note, man. I don't care
Just a
how.
blue note. You ain't got no name.
Oh man.
But
Oof.
Teddy said,
He said, "You watch and see." All right, we're getting off track.
you got. Okay, let me
You got what I need.
go back in now.
Man, we may have to do a little follow up on Teddy, man. But anyway,
Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know, he ain't funk to me, but I hear you.
well, you know what I'm saying. Just honorable mention. We're gonna do an honorable mention. That's how we get around that.
Okay,
Okay,
you
so
go right ahead. So we're gonna move on from that one. That was a gospel track on there, and it's a real gospel prayer song for real. So um
I'm going to ask you again without having to go back every time. It definitely sounds like the players changed a lot on that one, though, right? That sounds like another whole insertion of different
no,
players. Oh,
it was just Calvin Simon on the vocals, on the lead vocals, and then that choir,
uh-huh. But
and
then the
then
same players, everything else.
and Eddie Hazel on acoustic guitar,
Oh, acoustic,
and
nice.
the harp and the timpani is the Detroit Symphony Orchestra.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so
Yep,
all
that's
right.
all that's on there.
Okay.
So I'm kind of looking for Phil Trim though,
Right.
find out who he is.
Right.
But
He ain't
I'm
popping up, huh?
no, I ain't looked him up yet. But my conscience tells me that he was uh uh huh, oh, he's got an interesting thing going on too. So
Mm.
he's like a vocalist, composer, musician, born in 1940. Theophilus Earl Trim in Fort in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if it might be the same person or not. I'm not sure, but
Mm.
do y'all research on him,
Yeah.
uh, and so let's move on to the next one.
Well, before we do that, it's time to, if you got that album, it's time to get up and flip it on side two. You can't go on to the next one because if you don't,
Exactly.
it's just gonna stick there unless you got that auto return and got another album to play to make it plop down when it's time. But yeah, it's time to flip it over to side two, y'all.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, unless you streaming, you
Yeah,
going
well,
straight into it.
who ain't streaming these days, man? I get
Yeah,
it,
I know.
but it's we
But
talking about for album purposes. It's time to get up, flip it over for side two, track number one. And what's the name of that one, brother?
my automobile.
Uh-oh.
This is some country that's going on too. This is some serious country. They start off
Oh
talking,
man.
and now I know where. Well, since the Funkadelic album came out first, that music for my mother. Whoa, ha, hey.
Hmm.
They say that while they talking. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha. So that was like
The
must have
precursor.
been like, well, that was the Funkadelic album was first
But it
before
all
that.
depends on when it was recorded,
But
right?
I think that was just a term that was used in conversation a lot.
Let me say this, just checking my little
Because
notes.
it was
That album.
like
Oh, go
an
ahead.
agreement what they were talking about. He was like in agreement. He was like, you know how it is, like, when you gonna take your girl out, and you're gonna drive her out somewhere, blah blah blah. And then when he get to like what the gist of the conversation, he go like instead of going like, yeah, yeah, he go like whoa ha like that. So I think that's probably a term like they used to say that
Oh, I
back
get it.
then.
I was just gonna say though, we were talking about which came first. Well, according to my little notes over here, that album was recorded in 1969 and 70. So if
Which
this
one?
particular, the one we're doing, Osmium
Parliament? Okay.
Parliament, was recorded between 1969 and 70. So it could have, like you said, with the Whoa Ha Hey, man, like, like you said, could be a whole thing.
Yeah, I think that was just what was being said at the time. Just like how
Right.
everybody going like lit, or when they used to go, "Buh,"
Good.
or you know.
The
I
good.
think Woha was maybe one of them gestures. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't, I wasn't an adult at that time. So
Well, let me
again, stick that in the comments to y'all that was there at the time growing up. Let us know in the comments what that, you know,
this
the
definitely
roots of
sounds like a.
Woha.
I know you said it's country, but this definitely sounds like some of the old doo-wop stuff to me too, man. Country doo-wop, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And now one note though is that I give NWA and them credit for this one too. They reached
Oh, come on, man.
they reached
Come on, man. They did it. They
they
done
read
another.
this one,
Oh,
they did an X-rated version, but
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
one of the things like, it's like when everybody was discovering early Parliament and Funkadelic, that was one of the ones nobody else was thinking about using, so they went and did their version of it.
And they did more like of a what do they call interpolation, if you will, not necessarily
Yeah,
sampled it. You're right. They didn't
yeah,
sample it
yeah,
like
yeah.
De La Soul sampled Little Old Country Boy. They did
Yeah, it
the
wasn't a sample,
interpolation.
but still, it was nobody would have thought about doing it, so they did it first. So there you
Yeah.
go. And
Okay.
it's uh uh what else about that? What do we yeah, my automobile. Okay, so we got George Clinton and Fuzzy Haskins on lead vocals.
Those are the two writers.
Uh
Yeah.
Backup vocals, Calvin Simon, Grady Thomas, Tiki Fullwood on drums, Billy Bass Nelson, bass, guitars, Eddie Hazel and Tall Ross, and pianos and keyboards, Bernie Worrell.
So it's
So
the mob funning. That's all I'm saying. They funning
yeah,
right now. On this track, this
exactly.
they funning.
I'm wondering if they had the music first and then George Fuzzy starts
But
clowning
well,
on
you know, that becomes part of the
it.
yes.
You
Hey. So
you
it's
don't have to walk home, my dear.
dude, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of some
You don't
early some
walk.
early blowfly. But clean,
Don't you be good to me?
Yeah. And
Oh, I'll be
I'll be
good to
good to
you.
you.
And we'll
Come on.
both ride home in
In
my
my
automobile.
automobile. Come on, man. Okay.
Then
Don't. All right.
here come that country.
Okay.
It's a, to me, it was kind of like a fun. It was fun. It was
That's how I
fun,
said.
man.
It was a funnin'.
Young teenagers talking about taking their girl out in the woods, trying to get. I'm leaving at that.
All right,
But I
man.
mean, just
Yeah.
what young people do.
Or
So,
did. Yeah. Okay.
or did at the time, just some having fun, trying to, might whatever.
So interesting opening track for side two, y'all.
Yeah, that's a trip.
It,
Okay, so
it
now here's another one. We go to the next one.
and
This one's
I would have opened up side two with this one is what I'm saying. But go ahead. What's the name of track two on side two?
There is nothing before me but Thang.
What the world is he
There is
talking
nothing
about?
before me but Thang.
Not thing, y'all. Thing.
Thang. Part of your Funkadelic man Thang. So yeah, this one's a trip. This is kind of psychedelic.
Kind
Got a
of
little gospel feel. I mean,
kind of this is psychedelic, man. That's
yeah,
nothing
man,
bad for me
sure.
but thing.
Now this remind me of some this is Funkadelic for real. There's some Funkadelic right here because I
They
can hear
can
Billy.
yeah.
I can hear Billy singing lead on here, and it
Mm.
reminds me of
Mm.
uh, "Free Your Mind" and your Will Follow album. They kind of got that vibe to it with Bernie's keyboard, and just my eyes are getting so dry. Do
Do
you
you
know
know
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean? Right. It sounded like they was
That's what that
tripping. Like they had just took a
yeah.
tab and it was like they're starting to
That's
kick
some
in.
That's some Billy bassness on that one there. So
I mean,
that
and it
that
goes through different drum time signatures. It's one part that
yeah,
was a trip. It's like it sounds like a train come that
yep,
you know. So yeah,
yep.
nothing
Dum,
before
dum,
me
dum.
but Thang, y'all.
Sound like a western.
Now there's a name on here that I don't know under the writers. I see George, Eddie, and Bernie, but then who's Bobby Harris?
Uh, Bobby Harris. I think he was somebody George used to write with.
Oh, okay.
And also Clips band 420 Funk Mob, also known as Drugs.
That's
They
true.
uh they do a cover of this song.
Oh, man, yes, they do. I know.
Yeah,
I've heard it
do a
live in concert.
phenomenal job doing this one
Oh
too.
yeah, man. I've seen them a couple times. Remember at the Cloud Nine and
Oh
at the
yeah.
12 Galaxies. We've seen them, man, do it, and they do a great job covering it, man.
Mhm.
So yeah,
So what's the name again?
Bobby
Said
Harris.
Bobby Harris.
Yeah.
Let's go on a dive with him and see
Okay. Go ahead.
how you spelling him.
B O
Why?
double B Y Harris. Bobby Harris.
You saw that on nothing. I
Nothing
see
before me but thing.
mine says E Harris. That might be Eddie Harris.
Well, man, look here. I'm telling you what I see. Do you know what I
Where you see it
mean?
on what? Where you see it
Man,
at?
I ain't giving up my secrets of my sauce. I just got it, I got my notes, man. I told you I'll be doing my homework. And that's I
Okay.
see
I,
Bobby
I I
Harris.
don't know who Bobby Harris is.
Okay.
Bobby Harris, it could be him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my credits say E Harris.
Okay. They say that on your
But I
album?
don't know. But there's a Bobby Harris that had a hit, "Sticky Sticky," back in the day.
Man, you got me looking at my picture disc now. Man, and God, just this tiny writing on here.
Yeah, but I do know of a Eddie Harris that George wrote a lot with, and I want to say Eddie Harris was with the Undisputed Truth, but I could be wrong on that. Um, you
Yeah, you're
know,
right.
'cause
On even on my picture disc it say E Harris. So we'll roll with that.
yeah, so uh
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? All right, man. Yeah, that's okay. Let's keep it rolling, brother, because we getting there. We getting there, y'all.
yeah,
Because
okay,
after
so yeah,
this
we'll
jam,
figure that out later.
yeah. Now after this
So
song, I wore a groove out
uh,
right here coming up.
okay, so the next one is another banger,
What is it called, bro? Talk to me.
Funky Woman. Funky
Simple,
Woman.
simple name to the point. No crazy long title. Here we is, live and living color. Funky woman. Dun 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 dun. Come on, man.
Uh,
Now, this is Funkadelic once again, man. I'm gonna
Straight up
call
funk.
it. I'm gonna call it. It's Parliament, but man,
This is straight up Funky Woman.
man,
Funky,
come
funky
on. You talking about riding a groove?
Woman. She hung them on the wall.
A funky woman,
The roaches refused to crawl.
a funky woman,
She threw them on the roof.
a funky woman,
The roof turned bulletproof.
a funky woman. Come on,
She
man,
threw them in the sink.
a funky woman. We gonna get a copyright strike. Keep going.
I know now, we gotta chop it up a bit. The sink began to stink.
A funky woman. Come on, man, stop it. We gonna
They
get a
hung them on the
A
door.
funky woman. Go ahead. You might as well.
The
Go ahead. What happened to the floor?
floor went through the door. All these something. I ain't heard this one such a.
Oh
Then
man.
the one we said she hung them in the air. The air said, "This ain't fair." It's like
Man,
they was.
no man. That man, I'm telling you, that's George
And then
right
they go
there.
into after they do that, go into some country. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
Wow,
and
wow,
then
and then right
but
back to
T
the top.
killing it on that foot though.
I
He
understand, man.
going
I
double time.
understand. I understand. But those lyrics,
Like the
I,
whole song.
I know, no, it's great. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about the parts that can't be duplicated or replicated.
We can.
It's funkadelic, but it's
I
Parliament, y'all.
know.
But it's Parliament. I gotta keep,
That's what I'm saying. You know,
but it's Parliament. But to me, that
okay.
was
It's
funkadelic.
probably a funkadelic
Element thing.
thing,
I
man.
understand, man. I understand.
Okay, so we had George Clinton on lead vocals, Fuzzy Haskin, Grady Thomas, Calvin Simon, and Ray Davis on background vocals. Again, like I said, drums, Kiki Forward.
Putting a
He
hole
he
in that
he,
bass
he
drum, huh?
man, he double footing that stuff.
Man,
And
yeah.
Bernie Worrell on organ, Eddie
Hmm.
Hazel guitar, and Billy Bass Nelson on bass.
Now, for my little homework, I showed George and Bernie as the writers. So that's cool. That's real cool.
Yeah, yep. I actually mine said, oh,
Oh,
look, got
come
the
on, man.
name.
What is yours? So, man, why what?
It's a G Clinton and G Worrell, but you got to
Oh,
remember,
oh,
Bernie is
it's
George
George. Yeah. Okay. So they went
Bernard
there. Yeah. George
Worrell.
Bernard, Doctor George Bernard Worrell. Right.
So
Come on.
he got that. And he was also a writer on Nothing Before Me but Thang.
Yeah.
G Worrell, George. George.
So they weren't doing the B. They was doing the G. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's a banger, y'all.
But man,
And then
woof.
the funky woman uh finds itself coming back later in 1976 on the title track of Tales of Kid Funkadelic when they singing in the background. A funky woman, a
Oh,
funky woman.
I mean, you got to get more than halfway through the song to get to it, though, right?
It don't I'm just
No,
saying
no, I'm
it's
just saying, right, right, right. I mean, it's the song is almost over, and they start, yeah, when they just
yeah,
scream
but
and
a true
stuff.
funk head gonna listen to that song all
Oh
the way
no,
through.
okay, all
So,
right,
you know.
yeah, I'm banging it right now in the left ear hole because it's a track y'all just don't know, but if you
So yeah,
don't
that was
know, pull it in, yeah.
definitely one of my favorites.
Hmm.
So now we're gonna go on to the next track.
Man, I really don't want to leave this one, but okay.
I know, but, the time sake,
It's only 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 54 seconds. I'm like,
that's why
man.
you gotta put it back on like 3 times. Or if you a DJ, you know what to do with
Oh man,
it.
don't worry, don't worry. A short will be coming with this sooner or later.
I
We
mean,
hope.
you gotta. That's where looping came from. Y'all
Yeah,
didn't. The song wasn't long enough.
yeah,
Y'all didn't do
man.
that part long enough. So I'm gonna give me 2 records, and I'm gonna get a mixer, and I'm gonna make my own extension. Anyway,
Yes.
so we're gonna move on to the next one. Now,
Okay.
this one was one of my favorite tracks on there.
Really?
Yeah, living the
Mm.
life.
Okay. Well, living the life, y'all, and this is track number three on side. No, one, two, three. No, this track number four. Oh, wait a minute. I can't count.
Side two.
Side two. One, two, three. Track number four.
Okay. This one ain't got no numbers. 3, 4,
Yeah,
yeah. Track number
you got to
4.
manually count them. They wasn't. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
is one of your favorite ones, huh? Let me make sure I
This is
turn
one of
this
my
up.
favorite ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, this is another one of those. This is another one of those heavy metal gospel songs.
right, right. Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, he getting deep with the lyrics at the beginning. Yes, amen.
yep.
I hear it.
Yeah.
yeah. That's and then it goes to that change, right, to bring it all
Uh,
back around.
yeah, they go in, yeah, and then it sound like a choir.
Yes,
I know they stacking them vocals back there.
but
I
man, back then you
I
can only
hear some.
stack so much, right? I mean,
Yeah, but
back
I
then.
mean, I hear, this. I mean, they mentioned Jesus' name in the lyrics, man. This is a
Oh,
straight gospel.
yeah.
Um, you know, Jesus, born a
No man.
man.
You're right. Yeah.
Jesus, crucified by man. Man, it's like it's hard. This is some hard. It's hard, dude.
Hey man.
That's why the
You know,
name was called, that's why the album was called Osmium. It's
see,
a heavy metal,
it
man.
comes full circle. There you go.
Yeah, and it's like, then they go when they get to the break. Ta, 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 ta. Jesus was living the life.
Right. Because he was living the life. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
and it's like in the bass line though. Dun, dun, dun,
Hey, but
dun,
who twanging in my right ear over here on guitar,
dun, dun,
man? Who
dun.
is that?
That's Eddie.
Oh, oh, that's Eddie. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Eddie
Oh,
on
oh, oh, oh.
he
They take
playing
it
he
back.
playing acoustic.
I'm listening. They taking it back to Hardcore Jollies.
Yeah, they doing that again.
Wow. Look at
Right.
that.
And it sounds like it's the same segment.
See, yeah, I'm telling y'all, put your headphones on. You're being for a
Man,
treat, man. Okay,
this is some
I see
heavy
what you're talking
metal
about.
gospel
See, look,
going on.
you hipped me up to it. I forgot about that part. We're coming back there. I thought they only did that vamp at the beginning of the
No,
album.
no, they bring it, and but also okay, so Eddie's on acoustic guitar on this. What's
What?
it? Yeah.
Wow.
Now Ray Monet,
Ray
Rare
Monet.
Earth,
Oh, okay. Right.
Rare Earth.
Right.
He's on guitar.
Okay.
So this was, I mean, the lyrics is deep. You know,
Very deep.
tree planted by the river, water. Homo sapien pollutes the air. No more trees. The highways are coming. Homo sapien, hey, hey, progressing. The tree was just living a
In life.
life,
Yeah.
loving the life
Yeah.
he
Right.
lived and had a right to. The tree was just living a life, loving the life he lived and had a right to. This come on, man.
All right,
This
man.
sounds like an environmental message going on. It's like, how the destruction of man. I mean, I
Right.
know, we as people, we have to progress, you know, and evolve. Can't stop that. But at the same time, there's a level of destruction that's going on to do that.
It's
And
only a
that's what
level
to
that
me,
so
that's
much that it could take to it says no more.
exactly. And that's what I think this song is about. And it's a hard, heavy metal gospel. I love this song, man. Because
All right,
in the
man.
end, in the end, near the end of the song, when they get back to that, Jesus was living the life. The bass, the Billy is like, dun, 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 and the way that last note sustains and it grows. It's like, dun, 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 dun. It's
Oh, my
it's
brother
one of my
feeling
favorite.
it over there.
Man, it's one
Oh
of my
man,
favorite
go
tracks
ahead,
on this
man.
album.
Go
It's
ahead,
one,
man. Go ahead.
it's one of my
I'm,
favorite cuts on here.
Man, I'm listening to it right now, like I said, in the left ear, and I'm feeling every bit of it too, man. It's yeah, it's
Yeah.
that. See,
Yeah.
I slept on that. See, I slept on it. I didn't let it get to the hardcore jollies part again. See, there you
No,
go. You
man.
got to listen to this stuff from beginning to end, man, or
Telling
you
you,
might
man.
miss out on something, y'all.
This, you know,
Man, it looks like they're going for a
they keep
long,
on
long
putting,
fade out too, man. Cause it's
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
what's
saying. They
happening
be
here?
vamping. They be vamping. And you know what? And I credit Funkadelic for that's the first time I heard that word vamp.
When in doubt, vamp. Yeah.
And then out vamp, or at least ad lib.
See, I think I think I heard the booted one say that first, man. But I'm sure, it's all in the same family. So yeah.
I think it was on the Let's Take It to the Stage album,
Mm.
on the title track.
But see, I had to go back to that. You see, that's the whole thing. I had to go back to that. See,
Yeah.
'cause I remember
But
seeing
that was
Boosie saying while he up there jamming, okay, now vamp. They're like, okay, y'all just get up, get there and stay there. Now vamp. All right, y'all. Did we go over the players on that one?
Uh,
Because I is it the same? Because I know
yeah.
you said Billy was doing the
Living the
bass.
Life. No, yeah, I think I did. No,
Yeah.
no, no.
Okay.
Calvin Simon
Hmm.
on lead vocals. Ruth Copeland, Grady Thomas, George Clinton, Fuzzy Haskins, Ray Davis, and Billy Nelson, background vocals.
Mm, okay.
Piano, Bernie Worrell.
Nice. Okay.
Guitar, Ray Monet.
Mm,
Drums,
mm,
Tiki Fullwood. Acoustic guitar, Eddie Hazel. And bass, Billy Nelson.
yeah. Yeah. Billy,
Yeah.
Billy, George, Bernie. Those were your writers on that one. That's
Hmm.
cool. Well, man,
Yeah. Again, Ray Monet for y'all. He was one of the Motown session musicians that played on the Funkadelic, early Funkadelic ones, and including this Osmium album. He was, he's better known as a, singer songwriter, musician, singer songwriter. But he was a guitar player, and he was with Rare Earth as well.
right,
So,
right.
um,
Okay. Well, let's
yeah, he played guitar on, you know, I just wanna celebrate. You know, Rare Earth. That's
all
yeah.
right, y'all. Hey,
So
we're gonna have to keep it
yeah.
moving because we entering
Yeah.
hour two already, and we do need to do a
Oh
little
dang.
bonus thing. Yeah, so that's
Yeah. Okay. So we got two on the album, and there's like a couple of songs after that. So we're just gonna run through these.
what
Uh,
we got one left on the album. On my album. It's only
yeah,
one left,
yeah.
not two.
Well, mine got an extra bonus track on here.
Man, but that is that the reissue or the original?
This is the reissue of the
Oh,
first
okay.
album.
But for first album purposes, it's only one left, right? At least that's what I'm
Mine got
seeing.
an extra track on it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Okay.
kind of I'm
Well,
checking my
we wasted
sources.
time though,
Wait,
tripping on whether it is.
we got we put it in
So
a
the next
box so
song,
that people know what's
yeah, I
happening,
know, but
man. On my album, I only got 10 songs, so I'm
okay,
just
but I'm
saying.
not gonna argue how many's on mine. So because we could have already talked about the next song. So the next song
Come over, you
is
killing me, bud. All right, go,
no, man. No,
go.
come on,
What's the next song?
come on.
I'm gonna say, what's
Next
the
song,
last song? Go ahead.
okay, well, whatever it is, man. The next one is the Silent Boatman.
Okay.
Now this is another one of my favorites,
Okay.
and because this one, okay, I know it was Ruth. Okay, this one was credited for written by Ruth Copeland. So this
Yeah.
is it. And she has her own version herself. So,
It
but
just
this
has only
song,
her on it by herself. Yep.
yeah, and but this is the Parliament or Funkadelic version of this. And this song blew me away because it got bagpipes in it.
Mm,
And it's kind of like a sad song. And I believe the bagpipes are playing a traditional Scottish funeral song or something like that. Again, if y'all know, put it in the comments. Um, but it's and the lyrics are very strong on this one. This is another. This is kind of like a beautiful song to me. Um, we got the harp going on, the bagpipes, tiki. It sounds like an orchestra or a band playing. Like a band orchestra, like you got in school or whatever, but they're more seasoned. You know what I'm saying? And the lyrics, man, uh, it is said that when it's a gospel song, put it that way to me. It's a very spiritual song. And what it has come to me, what it's done for me is when I'm in some kind of like if I lose somebody like a friend or family member, I go. There's two Funkadelic songs that I go to. This one and the song is familiar off of Let's Take This Thing. Those two songs capture for me captures uh the grief and uh coming to terms with someone passing and going over to the other side. And the Silent Boatman is kind of like the Silent Boatman to ferry me across the unknown waters. It's part of the lyrics, which is like, and some of us funk heads have come to use that as a term. Like when somebody dies, it's like, uh, here comes the Silent Boatman to take them across. So that's one of the ones like, at my funeral or at my memorial service or whatever, this song has to be played. That's what that is. And that was one of the ways, heartfelt ways it was for me to honor Illenstein's passing was with that song also. Because that was one of his that was what he wanted. And he got played this one at my funeral, man. And that's just one of them songs. So that's what that song did for me. I don't know what it did for you, but that's what it did for me.
Man, as you notice, I got very quiet, and I told you once we got to this, I was gonna be emotionally wrapped up. So yeah, man.
Right.
And we're gonna end on a positive note, man, because yeah, this was a request of our brother Marlon Kemp to have played way prior to his passing, and I was lucky enough and honored to actually play this at his memorial service for him, man. And yeah, so yeah, y'all, it
Yeah.
the
I mean,
the wide range of Parliament Funkadelic thing is just it's vast. It's a universe within itself, man, and it's something there for everybody. If you pick what makes you move inside and tick as a human being. Whatever makes you tick, you can find something on this on this first installment right here. This is what was to come for the next decade.
it's something for everybody on this album.
Yeah,
And I don't think, looking back on it, not being like fully grown and cognizant of what was going on, what I was growing up into, but just reflecting on it from listening to it and as I've gotten older and keep listening to this album.
yeah,
I feel like there a lot of people wasn't ready for this one because
yeah.
it's still relevant.
Oh,
Sound wise and mix wise, maybe that's questionable, but lyrically
oh
and
yeah,
just what the songs are about, it's
man.
still relevant.
If any of
It's
these
life.
pop singers wanted to get some real deep with their stuff, all they can do is pick any song from off this album and sing it. Give credit where it's due and sing it. You got a hit. This is what I'm gonna say, cause it's
Yeah.
coming at you with some stuff that we ain't getting right about now.
I
Okay.
mean, with lyrics, come on, man. It is said that when we leave this world, if we have suffered, we will be saved. So I'll lift up my head, whoever I am. What I cannot do here, there's a place that I can. I'm
Mm,
waiting for the silent boatman to ferry me across the unknown waters. In this life, though I have tried, many things couldn't be. Closed minds with faces looking down onto me. Parting means grief, but only for those left. All men descend into earth at the very same death.
mm.
Okay, so but this was sung so heartfelt. Um, okay, now this is new to me. The lead vocals on this song was Jeffrey Bowen.
Who?
Jeffrey Bowen.
I thought that was Calvin or somebody all this time, man.
I thought it was everybody trading off, but
Oh, okay.
it says Jeffrey Bowen.
Mm,
Then background, Calvin Simon, George Clinton, Grady Thomas, Fuzzy Haskins, Ray
mm.
Davis, Ruth Copeland, and the Tommy Whitfield Singers. Acoustic guitar, Ray Monet. Organ, Bernie Worrell. Drums, Tiki Fullwood. Bass, Billy Nelson. Harp and bagpipes, Detroit Symphony Orchestra. So this is the end of this album. Starts off
Mm.
with a Call My Baby Pussycat, ending with the Silent Boatman.
Well, right. What a
So
range,
it's like
man.
yeah, this album takes you from I'd say the beginning of life with procreation to the end of
Yeah. There
being
you go.
being brought over to the other side.
Wow.
It's yeah. Just what the title says is heavy.
Yeah.
It's a heavy
It's a heavy metal.
organic compound,
Yeah, man.
basically.
Yes.
This is a deep, heavy album, man. I mean, now we can get into the extras, but for
Yeah, we're gonna
time's sake,
yeah, for time's sake,
time's
because
sake,
we are definitely
we'll
there.
just
So
read the titles.
yeah, let's just read the
But
titles because that would put a closing on the original release.
yeah,
Okay.
so
All
we
right.
got "Come In Out of the Rain,"
Mm.
which was I believe it was either a B side or a single, and then that's on that album. And then for the reissue, which was Rhenium, the extra song was Breakdown, which was a single.
That's Funky Jam
And
too.
yeah, and Red Hot Mama. This
Oh my
was the
goodness.
original
Wow,
metal version,
that
rock
messed
and
me
roll.
up, dude, when knew it was another
Right,
version of Red Hot Mama, man. Yeah,
exactly.
okay. Yeah.
So that was the extra song on that. And then you had First Things, which was basically more songs for them sessions.
They started coming,
And
boy. We
yeah, and
started,
then you had that original version of Fantasy is Reality.
wow.
Um,
Yeah, which was we knew about it from the Parliament Live album, right?
exactly.
You're right.
Then
Okay.
they had a song, then they had another version, first version of Loose Booty
Right.
on
Which
here.
was on
Which
America's East is
America
Young, right?
East is Young,
Right.
but it
See,
sounds nothing
it,
like
like,
America East is Young version.
right.
Totally different
But
music
same
version,
title
but
though.
same title. And then there was an unfinished instrumental, which was pretty cool.
That's funky
And
too.
then
Yep.
another extra one was
I thought that's where they
that was
wrapped it
it.
up.
That was
Yeah.
it for the
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was it for the extras.
The extra goodies. Yeah.
Uh yeah. Okay, so yeah, Breakdown was a single, Red Hot Mama was a single, Coming Out of the Rain was a single, Loose Booty, Fantasy is Reality, the unfinished instrumental, and Breakdown, a
Yeah.
different mix were outtakes. So
Correct.
that concludes Osmium. That was a
Osmium,
long one.
rhenium, and first things. What it, it, a lot came from that, y'all. A lot came from that, and we hope y'all enjoyed us going through it with you because it was the beginning. So we were fortunate enough to bring this to you, and we would love for you to hit the like and subscribe so we can keep bringing this to you because we do this out of love of the funk, of the music, and just sharing the things with you that we have that we had to get back on our double time machine to try to figure out what was happening and and how did we end up with the chocolate cities and motherships and how did we get
Right.
there, and that's the journeys we're going to be taking, y'all. So just stay with us, and it's a fun ride, man. I'm learning stuff even as we sit here and talk about it, even though I've done research and all that, but just going over it live and living color in 2025, 2026 with you, it makes it relevant to this day. So we thank y'all. And Kay, what I'm going to do right about now is ask you what I ask you on every single one, man. So don't act like you didn't know that this was coming. Brother K, you got anything to say to the folks before we bounce up?
Yeah, man. Listen to the beginnings of Parliament Funkadelic. after the doo wop era,
Hmm.
and take that journey and ask yourself, how did they get from there to the mothership
That's what
and
it is,
then
man.
going underwater and then, you know, and why the hell did Sir Nose come and mess all that up? You
Yeah,
know, so it's
yeah.
like it's life, man. P Funk is life.
Hmm.
And on that note, P Funk for life.
Where funkin' is a way of life. Come on, y'all.
Mhm. And
All right.
always remember
What's that,
that
brother? You see, come on. I know what you
I
about
know
to
y'all
say.
ain't waking up, but I'm gonna keep saying it. The best part of waking up is P Funk in your cup.
Bam.
Join Uncle Jam's army,
Ah,
y'all.
yeah. Throwing up the signs, y'all, because we're coming to the end. So thank you very much, y'all. We'll definitely catch you on the next one. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.